Yo, what's going on guys? Henis here, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you guys something that a lot of you have been asking about for an extremely long time in my live streams, in my video comments on Twitter. All of you guys really want to see the gaming setup that I have here at college. For those of you guys who don't know, I actually did bring you guys a gaming setup video at my house where I live back in Maine, but I'm here at college in Connecticut, and a lot of you guys want to know what setup I use, sort of how my setup looks, how everything works. So I'm going to go ahead and walk that through with you guys right now for a video. If you guys do enjoy, be sure to go ahead and smack a like. That would definitely mean a lot to me. Let's try to aim for 200 likes on this video. You guys have never broken 200 likes on one of my gaming setup videos before, I believe. So let's see if we can break that here on this one. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. Alright guys, quickly before we hop into the gaming setup video, I do want to apologize just to say that I am recording this off of my phone, so the quality isn't going to be too great, the visuals and the audio, but I'm hoping you guys will still be able to enjoy it nonetheless. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so here we go. This is something that you guys have been asking for an extremely long time, and I'm really excited to bring this to you guys. This is my official gaming setup video here at college. You guys may have already seen the gaming setup video that I made at home. That setup is incredibly beast, and this is a pretty decent downgrade from that, but it still is able to get the job done, and it still allows me to produce daily content for you guys. Now, when I get asked this question all the time on streams, I kind of, expect people to be thinking that my setup is something massive, extremely elaborate, and really fancy, but this is pretty much all I have. Just the basics. I've got the monitor, a computer, keyboard, mouse mat, microphone, and then my PS4 underneath. And that's pretty much all I've got. Those are the big bare bone basics. I'm gonna obviously go through and give you guys more specifics, and I will have links to everything down there in the description below, or at least sort of lists as to what all of this stuff is. So I'll pretty much just start from left to right. We'll work our way over to the right hand side, and then we'll go from there. So moving over here to the left hand side, the first thing on my desk here is just a pencil holder with some pencils in it, because you got to take some daily notes, write down some video ideas. You guys can see I've got some sticky notes there on my desk as well, where I just have some ideas for videos and just stuff I've got to do throughout the day. Over here, sort of down in this side, this is something that you guys probably do know about if you've watched me for a while. This is a Zim 4. This is what allows me to use keyboard and mouse on the PS4 when I play video games. You guys may or may not know, but I've been a PC player my whole life. First 3 years that I ever did gaming, I was always on the PC. I didn't even own my PS4 until like October or November of 2016. So I really haven't had this for that long. And keyboard and mouse is just what I'm more comfortable with. It allows me to play with you guys and obviously just have fun. So that's called a Zim 4. I will have that link down there as well if you guys are curious about buying one of those. But it's a pretty expensive device. I think it's around like 140 or 150 bucks, but definitely worth it for someone like me who really enjoys doing, keyboard and mouse gaming pretty much for everything that they do. So starting down here as well, you guys can see that I've got my PS4. It's underneath the desk here, and it's also on a cooling pad, which is why it looks a little bit elevated. The reason it's on a cooling pad is because some of you guys may know from my streams that my PS4 literally just shuts off in the middle of nothing sometimes, and I think that's because it's overheating. So I have it on a cooling pad down there to try to keep it at a reasonable temperature. Hopefully everything stays fine. And then that USB connects to the Zim 4 right there. You can see the Zim 4 actually has 2 USB ports on the front here. This one is actually for the keyboard, and this one is for the mouse. So that's how that works. And then you guys can see my keyboard and mouse up top there. Pretty much coming out of the back of the PS4, it is hardwired via an Ethernet to the wall, which is really nice. And then there's an HDMI that comes from that back here to my capture card, and this is a Razer Ripsaw. A lot of you guys ask me in my videos and in my streams, Henis, do you use an Elgato? Because they're the most popular name brand for capture cards. But I really like Razer products. You guys will see once I start going through the rest of my setup here that I have a lot of stuff by Razer. They make amazing gaming products, very expensive, but really high quality. So that's a 1080p 60 FPS capture card, and you can see the HDMI that's in there right now is the one from my PS4. So an HDMI goes from the back of my PS4 to the capture card and then gets outputted to my monitor. This other HDMI here actually comes from my laptop, which I'll go over here in just a second. So that's how I can also see my laptop on my main monitor screen over there as well. So that's the capture card, Razer Ripsaw, and then there's a USB that goes from the Ripsaw over to my laptop. So another big thing that you guys would be curious about, the headphones that I use. I get a lot of compliments on this, not compliments, I get a lot of comments, I should say, about the headphones that I use for my streams and in my videos. I actually don't have a headset. I never really have had one here at college. I have Turtle Beach X12s at home, but those connect via the red and white RCA jacks. And unfortunately, I don't have a sound card here at college that would work with those. I don't just have a regular headphone output on those X12s. So I have to use these regular earbuds, these Bose earbuds, but they are incredibly nice, very comfortable. They fit very nicely in my ears, and the quality is phenomenal. And then what I have right here is just a little bit of a headphone splitter. This allows me to hear what's coming out of my computer and what's coming out of my PS4 as well. So that's what that splitter is for. So that basically allows me to be able to hear stream notifications when I'm streaming, and it also allows me to be able to hear the game audio when I'm playing on my PS4. Let's see, what other, the monitor, you guys will be definitely curious about this, and then I'll touch on the webcam as well. The monitor is a BenQ XL2420Z, 144Hz, matte display, one of the most gorgeous monitors out there, very expensive, but it's definitely worth it in my opinion. Like I said earlier, I'm really big into PC gaming, so having a 144Hz monitor, 1080p, 60 FPS, 1080p, 144 FPS is incredibly nice. Definitely worth the investment if you guys are really into PC gaming. I would definitely highly recommend this monitor, or at least a 144Hz monitor if you can get your hands on one. The webcam that I use, unfortunately, I wish it was a bit of a higher quality, but you guys can see in my streams and in my videos, it's really not too bad. It's a Logitech C920. There are much better webcams out there nowadays. I think they go up even to 4K 60 FPS, but they're really, really expensive. So I think this one does the job for right now, although I think my next upgrade for my gaming setup will be a new webcam. So that's why I just have that for right now. As you guys know, it still works perfectly fine, though you saw it at the beginning of this video. I still think it looks pretty sweet. So what else? Let's move over here to the keyboard. This is just literally a Razer Essential Gaming keyboard. That's literally the name. There's no brand, anything special to this. The keyboard doesn't even light up. It's literally just basic. And the reason for this is because I needed something that didn't pull a whole lot of power that could connect to my Zim 4 when I play on the PS4 and stuff. So that's why I have this very basic keyboard. If I had one that lit up and stuff, what I've found in the past is that it actually causes the Zim 4 to turn off. It tries to suck too much power from it, can't support it, so it just disables the devices to prevent them from overheating or getting short-circuited or something like that. I'm not really sure why all that works, but anyways, that's the keyboard that I use, and I love the tactile feel of these Razer keyboards. They're very, very nice. Honestly, Razer makes amazing products. And they also made this mouse pad that I use over here. This is just a Razer Kabuto mouse pad, and then the Razer Death Adder Chroma mouse itself. This is actually a gorgeous mouse. I've gone through 3 Razer mice, the Razer Typon, the Razer Mamba, and now the Razer Death Adder. All those mice were amazing. The reason I made upgrades was just simply for personal preference, and those mice actually did end up breaking after using them for many, many hours and many, many years of gaming. So I've got the Razer Death Adder now. It's got a really nice form fit, fits in my hand very nicely. So I really do like using that. Let's move on to my microphone. This gets a lot of compliments during my streams, because if you guys can tell, it is actually an Audio-Technica AT2020. That's the microphone that I use, but it's actually covered in 2 socks. And the reason for that is because you guys may be able to hear sometimes during my streams, or even in this video right here, that there is a lot of ambient noise right now. You guys may be able to hear some buzzing from my computer in the background, maybe from that vent that's up there above the door. But the reason I use these socks is to sort of suppress that. It almost acts as a pop filter, but it goes all the way around the microphone. So it's a really nice feature to sort of keep the stream at a little bit of a higher quality. The only downside is that, you know, I'm down a pair of socks. So that's really the only downside to it. And then it's a USB that comes from there, wraps around the tripod that I've got here, the swinging out, not a tripod, but what do you call this? Like a boom arm. This is basically one of the best investments that I've made for my streaming setup. I didn't have this at college for my very first semester. And what happened is I had to have this microphone positioned like right here on my desk. And what happened is when I would sit in my chair, I'd be too far away from the microphone, so the audio would have to be boosted, and it would just be really crappy quality. But now that I have this right up on my mouth, right near my face, the audio is much crisper and much cleaner, which makes my videos and streams much higher quality. So definitely worth it to bring this boom stand to college with me. Let's see, what else? Let's move over here to the computer. Obviously, this is what you guys would be curious about. This is a Razer Blade 2015 edition 14-inch. So it's a complete aluminum chassis with a matte display. It's a 60 hertz, 1080p screen that it's got on there. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, the keyboard that Razer makes, I mean, these keyboards, it's very responsive. You know when you're pressing every key, and I just love the feel of Razer computers and just Razer equipment in general. And you guys can see on my screen right here, you guys are actually gonna get a little bit of a taste for what I see when I'm live streaming. So you guys can see on my main monitor right there, I've got my PS4. And then over here, you guys can see I've got OBS, I've got Streamlabs to show all my followers, donations, hosts, and all that good stuff. And then I've got the chat right there. So this is actually what shows me my YouTube chat and my Twitch chat combined. And then I can see my viewer count up there in the upper left-hand corner. I can type stuff in there that I want to that automatically goes to both my YouTube and my Twitch streams. So very, very nice. And I will have the specs for this computer linked down there in the description below, or at least listed if I can find them. Hopefully I'll be able to. As far as peripherals go, unfortunately, the Razer Blade doesn't have an Ethernet cable yet. Hopefully in future iterations they'll have one. So this is just a USB to Ethernet adapter, so I can have a hardwired connection for when I'm streaming. Just makes things less laggy and less buggy. This is the HDMI that comes from my laptop over here to my monitor. So if I were to switch the HDMI that's back there, if I were to plug this HDMI in for the one that's currently in there right now, I would actually start seeing my computer screen up on that monitor. So that's just a nice, really easy switch that I can make for when I want to go from gaming on the PS4 to doing stuff on my computer, editing videos, you know, playing PC games or whatever. And then I just have a lock here to keep this thing nice and safe so nobody tries to steal it. Over here on these peripherals, I've got a HDMI so I can listen to everything that comes out of the computer when I'm streaming or playing or whatever. This is actually for this USB hub that I'll go over here in just a second. And then this is for my 2 terabyte hard drive. And that literally stores all of my games, all of my recordings, all my screenshots, media, music, all that good stuff. And then obviously the power cord there as well. But this little hub right here, starting from the bottom here, going all the way to the front, this is the capture card, this is my microphone, this is just a charger for my phone, this is my webcam, and this is my keyboard and mouse. And the reason I need this is because, as you can see, the Razer Blade only has 3 USB ports. And I need more peripherals than that when I have my mic, my webcam, my keyboard, my mouse. You know, if I want an Ethernet adapter, I'm gonna need to be able to have extra peripherals to be able to store all of that stuff. But that's pretty much it. I think I've covered everything as far as this gaming setup goes. I've just passed 10 minutes here on the timer for this video. I'm really hoping I covered everything. If you guys have any more questions about anything that I have here in my gaming setup, be sure to go ahead and leave them down there in the comment section below. I'll try to answer as many of them as I can. But yeah, I'll just, you know, do a couple more nuanced stuff here. That's my pencil sharpener. I've got my wallet, my keys, picture of me and my sister. Sticky notes, I already went through all of that. Keyboard, mouse, I'm pretty sure I covered everything. That's pretty much it. The cooling pad that's down there, the PS4, everything is pretty much been covered in this video. So anyways, guys, that's my gaming setup video. I really hope you all did enjoy. If you guys did, be sure to go ahead and smack a like. Like I said, if we could hit 200 likes on this video, that would be absolutely insane. I've never really hit 200 likes quickly on one of these videos, so if we could do that for this one, that would be insane. Unfortunately, there will not be a stream today if you're watching this on the day that it goes up, which will be Saturday, but there will be one tomorrow on Sunday where we're hopefully gonna be able to hit 30,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys tune into that. Go follow me on Twitter if you guys haven't done so already. The link is in the description below. And there we go, boys. That's the gaming setup. If I can put myself at a good angle right there. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, everybody, keep gaming as always. Stay cool. Adios.